Makeup Junkie 101. So I apologize if this like dark smoky eye and red lip is making you think I look a little like a drag queen or like Frankenfurter. I just finished swatching all 16 of these lipsticks and my lips are dying and my lips are completely stained, like a neon berry pink. So I figured just to let my lips not die by, you know, changing the color, I'll just leave it. Either way, today I have another lip swatch review video for you guys. This one is going to be on the semi-new, but not really new, Jordana Modern Matte Lipsticks. If you guys didn't know, Jordana did release their version of the super popular matte lipstick trend to the drugstore quite a few months ago, and I have had the original 12 shades sitting in a drawer waiting for me to review them for quite a few months now, ever since they initially released. The reason I decided to get around to doing the review video now is because Jordana released 6 brand new shades of these modern matte lipsticks in addition to the 12 they already had. So there are 18 total in the range. All 18 are permanent, but I believe the 6 new shades are a Jordana website exclusive. Now these lipsticks are available at your local Walgreens store or your Kmart store or anywhere else you can get Jordana lipsticks. They retail for $2.49 a piece, so that is extremely affordable. As far as packaging goes, they come in a clear plastic packaging. It doesn't look super, you know, expensive or exciting, but it is practical. It does serve its purpose. It does come with a clear plastic top and the lipstick does twist up, and the lipstick itself does have a little bit of a slant to it, which makes it really easy to apply. Now the texture of these lipsticks really does remind me of the other matte lipsticks that we all know and love at the drugstore, like the Milani Moisture Matte lipsticks or the Color Sensational Creamy Matte lipsticks. These are pretty similar to those. However, I feel like these are maybe just a little bit more dry and not quite as creamy and silicone-y feeling on the lips. You do get the same kind of matte feel on the lips. I do have one of them on my lips right now, just so you guys can tell. There's definitely no shine on my lips, but it's not as matte of a finish as something like a long-wearing matte liquid lipstick would be, or like a MAC Retro Matte lipstick would be. But in turn, you also don't have that really just suck out all the moisture out of your lips drying feeling. They still feel very comfortable. I can get a good 4 to 5, maybe even 6 hours of wear out of these lipsticks before I feel the need to touch up. Of course, the brighter and deeper and darker shades will last longer, and those will also be the ones to stain your lips. These lipsticks definitely leave a very prominent stain behind. Now that's something that people are either gonna love or hate. If you like your lipstick to last a really long time and once it starts wearing to kind of leave a berry or a pink or a red stain depending on the color you're wearing, of course, you will really like these. So now I'm gonna jump into individual lip swatches of all 18 of the shades that Jordana released. I hope you guys find these lip swatches helpful, and let's jump into it. This first shade on my lips is called Matte Bear, and this is a really pretty medium brownie nude color. It's not too light of a nude to flatter my skin. It really is just that perfect medium brown color that I think would work on pretty much all skin tones. This next shade on my lips is Matte Blush. Now the camera is definitely making this one look more pale than it actually is. I think this one actually does still work on my skin tone. It doesn't look too light of a nude. It's kind of a lighter, cool toned brownie nude color, and with a pinky lip liner or with a darker, more mauvey lip liner, this one would look so pretty. This next shade on my lips is Matte Frappuccino. Now this is another brownie nude, but this one is definitely the darker of the 3 I've showed you so far. This one is almost like a caramelly, darker brown. This one, once again, still works on my skin, and of course, the lipstick just went flying across the room. This one still does work on my skin, but it is a little bit darker of a brown than I generally like to wear. This one would look gorgeous on deep skin. This next shade on my lips is Matte Tease, and this is the first pinky color we have in the collection. This is still a muted, not too bright, mid-tone blush pink type color. Once again, still works really well for my skin tone, but I think this is practically a universally flattering pink because it's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too bright, and it's not too dull. It's just the perfect pink lipstick. This next shade is called Matte Classy, and this one is a pinky mauvey color. It's not too light, it's definitely a mid-tone purple toned pink color. I will say the formula on this one is much stiffer than a lot of the other ones, so I feel like this one doesn't apply as smoothly or go on as evenly and easily. I definitely had to build this one up because it was a lot more stiff. This next shade on my lips is called Matte Adorable, and this is a bright blue toned pink color. Now it's not super light or chalky, but I still don't love it on my skin tone because it is that very bright Barbie blue tone pink, which I feel like doesn't work very well on a super tan complexion like mine, but this would work on light to maybe medium skin tone. This next shade on my lips is called Matte Popular, and this is another bright pink color. Now this one definitely differs from the last one because it doesn't have as much of a white-ish base. This one I can definitely pull off. It's not my favorite pink because it is still a bright blue toned Barbie pink, but it is a little bit darker. It has a little bit more fuchsia in it than the last pink. The next shade on my lips is called Matte It Girl, and this is another one that's pretty stiff in texture. It is a really pretty pinky purple color. It kind of reminds me of MAC Flat Out Fabulous, which is such a beautiful berry pinky purple. But this one is pretty stiff in texture. It's kind of hard to get it to apply. I definitely had to go over my lips quite a few times to get this color opacity, but the color itself is very beautiful. It's just the texture that's not so beautiful. The next shade on my lips is called Matte Dare, and I'm sorry for the messy application. These lipsticks stain the lips, so it's getting a little bit harder to get a nice, precise line on the application. Anyways, this shade is a really pretty dark berry purple color. This one is, I believe, the darkest in the entire line. Sort of. It's the darkest berry color in the entire line. It is a very beautiful dark purpley color. It goes on really beautifully. This is one shade I could definitely recommend. This next shade on my lips is Matte Pretty, and this one is a medium toned pinky coral color. Now I will say I think the lip swatch I have on is being a little bit altered because my lips are extremely stained underneath. They are literally stained a fluorescent hot pink right now, but I wanted to swatch all of these in one day for you guys. I know I get a lot of people, this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but I get a lot of people asking why don't I split up my lip swatches and do them over a couple of days, and the reason I don't do that is because I don't always wear the same eye makeup, I don't always wear the same clothing, obviously, my hair doesn't always look the same, and I feel like all of those factors do kind of have an effect on how a lip color ends up looking. Anyways, that was a tangent, but this color is very pretty. It's not very unique or very standout of a color to me, but it is nice. This next shade on my lips is called Matte Caliente, and this is a beautiful, bright, orange toned red shade. I have really been into these kinds of orangey reds lately. I just think they look so pretty and unique versus a blue tone red. I think an orange tone red is just so modern looking, and I love it. And I even love it with this eyeshadow look. I love this color a lot. This next shade on my lips is Matte Style, and this is the true red in the collection. It is a very pretty mid-toned, not too blue toned, but definitely not orange toned red. It's a true neutral pinup girl type red color. Now we're jumping into the Jordana website exclusive colors. This first shade is Matte Whisper, and this one is a really pretty, once again, brownie nudie neutral color. Now I will say it's pulling a little bit pinker on my lips than it will probably on your lips, unless your lips are really pigmented, because my lips are completely and totally stained right now. But this color did cover up the neon pink stained lips I have right now, because it does still look really pretty, like a gorgeous neutral brownie pink. This next shade on my lips is Matte Innocent, and this one is a lighter clay nude color. And when I say clay nude, it's kind of like a gray toned nude, sort of like the ones that are really, really popular right now, like the Lime Crime Cashmere type color. This one is a really flattering gray tone nude, if gray tone nudes can particularly be flattering. This next shade on my lips is Matte Goddess, and this is a medium berry pink color. It does have just a little bit of purple in it to make it kind of a berry toned color, but it definitely leans more pink than it does purple. It's really, really flattering, and I can't even think of a dupe to this shade off the top of my head, so it's making me think this is a pretty unique colored lipstick. I really, really love it. This next shade on my lips is Matte Divine, and this is another light nudie pink type color. I feel like Jordana has a lot of these in this collection, so I'm not sure how different this one is from like the other 4 I've swatched earlier for you, but it is pretty. This one doesn't completely flatter my skin. I would say it would work a lot better on people with light to medium skin, but it is a pretty nudie pink. This next shade on my lips is Matte Gorgeous, and this is another deep berry color. This one I would say is like a true berry. It's that perfect mix of pink, red, and purple, just to give you a true deep raspberry color. I would say if you're gonna pick up any, this one is really, really pretty. And this last shade we have is called Matte Ambition, and this is another red color. This one I would say is just a little bit deeper than the other red I showed you, which was Matte Style. This is still kind of like a neutral bricky red. It's not too orange or too blue based. It is still kind of a neutral deep red. I hope you guys enjoyed those lip swatches and they were helpful to you. Please do thumbs up this video if you guys found those useful, because my lips are completely and totally stained like a neon berry under this red lipstick. Now, one thing I do want to point out with this lipstick line that I think Jordana could have improved is they released 18 shades, which is a very, very expansive lipstick range. But in those 18 shades, I feel like there's not a lot of variation in the colors, and I feel like a lot of the colors are very, very dupeable. So that may be nice for some of you guys if you are looking for a standard color that you can wear on a daily basis, and you won't feel bad about using up tube after tube, because these are only $2.49 a piece, which is extremely affordable. But for those of you who are hoping for something a little different, maybe you already have a lot of lipstick, like I have a lot of lipstick in my collection, and I like looking for unique shades. None of the shades that I showed you guys are particularly unique in color. I feel like I could have thought of dupes for pretty much every single shade. In fact, I felt like some of the shades in the line itself are dupes to each other. For example, I felt like the 2 red shades are pretty similar to one another. Also, I feel like a lot of the lighter nudie brown colors are very similar to one another. All of the kind of nudie pink colors are kind of similar, and the bright pinks are kind of similar to one another. So I feel like you wouldn't need to purchase all 18 of these colors. So that is something that I wish Jordana would have improved, or maybe improve in the future, maybe release some unique shades, because for less than $3 a piece, these lipsticks are so affordable that if they released some really bright, fun, bold, different colors, I wouldn't complain, because that would be a really affordable way to try some really different lip colors. And as far as scent, these definitely have a vanilla scent, but once you get them on your lips, they start to kind of taste and smell a little bit like Play-Doh. Now, it's not a scent that lingers for very long, but when you kind of apply it, you can definitely kind of sense a vanilla Play-Doh-y type scent. My overall thoughts on these lipsticks is that I think for $2.49 they are extremely affordable. They're definitely worth a go, especially if you haven't jumped onto the matte lipstick bandwagon yet. I will say these aren't quite as comfortable feeling on the lips as the Milani or the Maybelline matte lipstick counterparts, but for the super affordable price, I think these are a great option. So that's pretty much all I have to say on these lipsticks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I will catch you guys on my next video on Monday. I'll see you then. Bye! Wanted to know if these are dupes of the long-wearing matte liquid lipstick. I'm also putting to use the brand new Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. I talk a little bit